Hey, what's going on, guys? Rome Gaming here, back with another video. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about the quality of life with the Tree of Whispers, and more specifically around the cash claiming system. Just maybe some ideas that Blizzard could utilize to implement to make it a little bit easier for players to where they're not having to spend so much time backtracking to turn in rewards. This is a topic that I've seen posted several times online through various different forums, and I'm going to have to say this is something that I do agree with. So, the way it works today, right, is you will go around and you will collect your favors for the Tree of Whispers, and you will go turn it in either at the Raven or you'll go and turn it in at the tree itself. And there's a whole bunch of problems with this. I'd say the number one issue with this is that it interrupts our gameplay loop, and it turns into this sort of loop, right, where you'll play for like 5, maybe 10 minutes, you'll get your 10 favors, then you'll have to backtrack, go turn in everything, get your cash reward, then go back to where you were farming at. And it's just kind of annoying to have to do that over and over again, especially if this is something that you are target farming. So I've seen a whole bunch of different ideas online. One of the main things that I've seen that I do like is make favors an actual currency and not necessarily this point track that you have to go down. And what this would allow us to do is basically just save up our currency, save up our points until we're ready to go and turn in. Now, the only problem with this is it's sort of a self-inflicted wound by Blizzard. They have a cap on the boxes currently. So you can only get so many boxes in a specified period of time. So we kind of have two problems going on at the same time, right? We have the cap, and then it's also super annoying that every 5 to 10 minutes you have to go and turn in the cash. So if we go back to the cap, all this is really doing, in my opinion, is creating some sort of an artificial bottleneck that just kind of frustrates players. And I'm not really sure what the point of the cap is. I think overall, Blizzard wants people to sit down and have longer sessions. But if there is a cap, aren't people just going to play less? The sessions will be shorter. People hit their cap, they'll log off, they'll go find something else to do, whatever. It doesn't really make sense to have a cap. There's also some weird things that happen with the Raven, right? You'll go to the Raven, you'll turn in, and what it'll actually do is it will dismount you. So you'll farm, you'll go to turn in, you'll get dismounted for pretty much no reason, then have to remount again, and then go back and farm. Another thing that's a little bit annoying about the bird is monsters don't stop attacking you when you go to turn in, right? So you try to turn in, and monsters are still hitting you, and it makes it difficult to turn in. And it's just sort of a bad experience having to do this in such a congested zone. Not only that, people are also missing out on some of the boss spawns in our headhunts because they're having to backtrack to turn in, and then they have to go all the way across the map again to hopefully make that timer on the boss before it gets essentially one shot. Now, I don't just want to sit here and complain. I'd like to offer, at least one pretty easy solution to this that they could implement tomorrow. It doesn't necessarily address the cap issue, but it does address the Raven turn-in issue. I feel like they could give us an item or something to just simply summon the Raven. And at whatever location you are currently standing in, the Raven will teleport to you. You can simply turn in exactly how Blizzard wants you to do it currently and just simply move on. No backtracking is necessary. And another thing they could do is implement this into the Raven pet reward from this season. So instead of making an item or something in your bags, right, it's just your pet. And you just simply turn into your pet. They could just quite literally make the pet clickable. I just feel that it is odd that certain currencies are capped and certain ones aren't. So, for example, you could go in and you could just farm pits over and over again and level glyphs all day long. Eventually, obviously, the glyphs will cap out at some point, but that's a long ways away. And you could sit down and you have very long sessions just doing pits over and over, not having to break that gameplay loop. Or you can at least get 4 or 5 pits in before you actually have to go to a vendor and sell. It's very streamlined. It's very polished. You go do the event, you get teleported out, you run back maybe just a couple steps, you can start the next event. So I think overall, I guess to summarize all this, I think that they have a good system. I think headhunts are fun. They're unique. There's something new. There's something fresh. But I do think that the currency system behind it and how that currency is turned in needs to be altered a little. I think if Blizzard's overall goal is to increase session time, I don't think that caps really work out in their favor to fit that metric. And I think that by removing the cap is both a win for the player as well as Blizzard. I think any system that incentivizes you to avoid the hack and slash feature of an ARPG like this is a system that needs to be looked at and changed. Anyway, guys, this is just my opinion on it. Anyways, guys, this is just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think in the description below. Maybe there's a reason for the max cap. Maybe there's something that I'm missing here. I would like to see some counter arguments to this as well. Also, if it's something that you do agree with, please voice that in the comments. I'd like to get the overall consensus on this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.